All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and I'm going to start at verse 3. And it says, neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. Verse 4, for they will turn away thy son from following me, and they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord Yahweh be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. I want to give all honor, all glory, and all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders of the nation of Israel. Shalom to you brothers out there that are laboring, enduring the elements, making your body a living sacrifice, trying to seal the elect, making your call and election assured, seeking out your own salvation, as well as you sisters that are learning, listening, applying, being obedient to your husbands. Shalom, shalom. Okay, and I started off with Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter, the 3rd and 4th verse, because there's been a few little incidents I've seen, like articles and things popping up. With the biggest one is the Jonathan Majors stuff going on, where he's been fired from Marvel, which we're going to get into that here in a little bit. And it's very heavy because you got some of Yasharallah that push the vibration that we can deal with the heathen women. Okay, and we're going to go in the scriptures to see whether we can do that or not, which technically we can, but there's a time and place for everything. You gotta measure the times, understand what period you're in. Now there might be some that might have been married to one before they got into the truth, and we're not gonna tell you, oh man, you need to divorce your woman and all this kind of stuff and whatnot. But just if you're dealing with wisdom, you need to just be very careful and mindful in your situation, which I'm gonna tap into all of that, because one of the things I do is I look at it from all aspects. I'm not teaching like, hey, you shouldn't deal with the heathen women, but you should be mindful of the times that you're in. Okay. So this is not to get on any specific, because I don't know who, what, when, where. I don't know if there's which Jakes might have heathen women. You know what I'm saying, and things like that. So don't come for me. You know what I'm saying? But and even if you do, you know what I'm saying, we can go with the scriptures. We go through the scriptures and search it out. Okay. But I want to bring this one out real quick before we get started with this lesson. And this is Galatians chapter 4, verse 16. It says, am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Okay. Because I'm not speaking my own opinion, my own feelings. I'm coming with the scriptures, and I know that there's brothers that might bring out a precept and use that as the justification to do certain things. But when you really go into these scriptures and you look and you see, okay, you came up with one precept, but yet there's like 6 or 7 precepts saying otherwise. Don't do this, or the Heavenly Father's will be his anger will be kindled against you and he'll destroy you. So it's kind of like, I see that and I'm like, I think I'm going to follow that instead of this, just because it says this. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things that Jake likes to bring out is Eve's wicked. All of Eve's wicked. The nigga woman's evil. She's wicked. Okay. And best believe me, I'm a witness. Yes, a lot of them are wicked. Okay. But you also have a lot of Eves that are trying and enduring. They coming back into this truth, and y'all not giving them the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of wicked Jakes, and a lot of Jake don't want to speak on that. They'll get on certain Jakes, but I've seen a lot of stuff within Yasharallah in the truth and the faith. I've seen a lot of Jakes going off and doing wicked, not showing brotherly love, and them guys fall out of the truth. And I've seen guys, that was doing nothing but rebuke videos on everybody, and then they fall out of the truth. Where's the energy for that guy? Everybody all sad and we don't need to get on them, so and so. We have that type of spirit with them type of Jakes, even though they done fell out. They just out of nowhere just give up on the truth. But you talking about the woman, and you got a lot of Israelite women that are trying, man. And if it's a daughter of Zion that's in this faith, in this truth, and she's doing, and you calling her the nigga woman, or you calling her a bitch, man, you better watch yourself, man. Because the daughters of Zion are little ones that believe on Yahweh Shemel Shai, and you'll be destroyed, man. So you be mindful about how you talk about the daughters of Zion. Now, if it's the woman outside of this, that's understandable. I know they are wicked, you know. But you got daughters of Zion. You got women that are trying, trying their best, man. We're all being tried and going through hell, and I'm not perfect. I'll tell you, man, first and foremost, I have, I'm not, gonna pretend and act like I'm something I'm not, man, I'm nothing but filthy rags, man. But, he blessed me with this truth and this wisdom, and making my call and election assured. You know what I'm saying? And this bringing out videos trying to, edify the sheep, man. Bid them back to the marriage, man. And Lord willing, I be of that number, and I be, I get up out of this hellhole, okay? But they'll say she's wicked, okay? But we're gonna go to the book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 13 says, "Give me any plague, but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness, but the wickedness of a woman." So yes, women, and this is just saying women, period. Okay, it's not specifically saying like just the Eve, or what they would say the nigger woman. You know what I'm saying? But you could. There's a lot of evil. Okay, but we're gonna tap into something. I can show you an example. There are some wicked Eves, man. So I understand, like, when we say, like, a lot of, Eves is wicked and do wicked stuff, this right here is a prime example. And I wanted to bring this article out because I stumbled across this. And it says, ex-girlfriend set bed on fire while former boyfriend and family slept in it, police say. Okay? And it says, let's see, Memphis, Tennessee. So I guess this is where it took place. It says, department has arrested and charged a woman, they say, set a bed on fire while her ex-boyfriend and his family were asleep in it. Okay, so this guy moved on. She probably was wicked. He couldn't take it and got away from her and got with a woman that's treating him right. Okay, and she couldn't take that, so she went over there and set the bed on fire trying to take them out. Okay. It says on March 1st, officers reported to a private residence on Sunny Slope Drive. The victim informed the police that her boyfriend's ex-girlfriend set their bed on fire while they were asleep in it, including their child. Wow, see? That's crazy, man. Man. It says police say the victim heard a lighter clicking outside of the bedroom before falling asleep, but didn't think any of it. All right, and it says according to MPD, Dorica Wiggins, 19, look, 19, that's young, man, set the bed comforter on fire. Says set the bed on fire with a burned piece of paper as the ex-boyfriend and his family slept.
Because of holidays, went to about 11 o'clock Saturday.
All right, Salakia for that. The landlord was coming over and talking. All right, and it says she was taken into police custody and is now facing charges of reckless burning and aggravated assault. See, that's wicked. That's wicked, man. So, yes, I understand, when Jake brings that out, it's true. We have wicked women, okay? But there's wicked women of these other nations too, man, and we're going to tap into that. But I want to bring this one out, just off of that right there. That's crazy, man. And I've seen a lot of stuff that Eve do, man, out here, This is the book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 19 says, all wickedness is little, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Okay? See? That's heavy, man. That's crazy. Okay? But Jake, this is the scripture I wanted to move on to, because one of the things Jake will say is, we can have the heathen women, okay? So, and this is the scripture that they usually bring out. I had a Jake that came up against me. He was trying to, he used the excuse that he said I wasn't going out on the highways. And I honestly believe through the spirit that it was more to it. Because when I first met this brother, and I always bring this testimony out because, he hit my inbox and he seemed friendly. And I was like, okay, he's a cool guy. He's a younger guy than me. I'm 40. I think he might be like 29 or something like that. He could be 30. I don't know. But, I mean, I got a decade on him. But he showed me a picture of his baby mama, which, he didn't have to do all that. But I guess that was maybe him just trying to, just be cool, being friendly. And he was like, this is my rib. And I was like, oh man, it's nice. You know, I didn't think nothing of it. I didn't say nothing because, you know, I'm not one of those that say like all of Israel is Negro only. Like if you look at my family come in all all shades, man. You know, I got cousins that look like Issacharites. Well, some of them are actually, you know, and you know, I got cousins in Panama. I actually got a little brother, man. He looks like a straight up Edomite, you know. Now he's adopted, but he has a Negro father. You know, my mother knows his parents. She had him ever since he was newborn. Like his mom was on drugs and stuff. So my mom took him and adopted him and had been having him ever since he was a newborn. But she says he has a Negro father. I mean, and some of the features you can look at him, like he got his mama's, you know, complexion and some features, but like he got the whole, his hair grow out, it's like an afro. He got the full, you know, lips and all that kind of stuff, you know. But even as a baby, he looked like a straight up just Edomite, you know what I'm saying? But my mom was like, you know, he has a Negro father. So I was like, whoa, you know. And we know, according to the book of Numbers, you know, you are the seed of your father, okay? So, but this is Deuteronomy 21 and verse 11. It says, and see us among the captives, a beautiful woman. You know, basically like if we went to war, because, you know, we're warriors. If we went to war and we took down, you know, we get the spoils, you know, which, you know, also comes with that as women as well. Okay. You see it all throughout movies because this is true. It's true. All right. And it says, all right, and see us among the captives a beautiful woman and has desire unto her. See that desire, like you look at, oh man, I want her. Okay. And that thou wouldest have had her to thy wife. Okay. Verse 12, it says, then thou shalt bring her home to thy house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails. So see, there's some type of purification. I believe that's what that is. You know, it's some type of purification. All right, letting go of the old self and then, you know, to the new. Okay, verse 13 says, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her. See, and I think by way of that is that purification, and shall remain in thy house, and bewail her father and her mother for a full month. So a full month she's able to grieve of that, because, you know, they've been, you know, taken down or whatever. All right, and after that thou shalt go in unto her and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. Okay, so they use this and they say, see, well, we can have them. But you also got to remember, there's periods of us being in rulership, and then there's times where we're not in rulership. Like, for example, like right now, we're not in rulership. Oh, no. So Jake, I guess, in our mind is like, yeah, we're waking up to this truth. But at the same time, we can't just do what we want to do. There's law, statutes, and commandments, and you also have to measure the times. You know, it's a time and season for everything, just like this. For an example, you know, let's just say, okay, you use this scripture. Imagine trying to use this scripture back in the early times of our captivity here in Babylon under Esau. Like, you couldn't even look at an Edomite woman. You know what I'm saying? And let's not even talk about the wickedness that they done. You know, matter of fact, I could pull up some pictures of Emmett Till, man. You know, what that woman did, she basically said, what was it? That he whistled at her? I believe it was he whistled at her. But let me pull up some pictures of Emmett Till. All right, so we're here. This is Emmett Lewis Till. All right, what is that? I'm not looking for that. Okay, Emmett Lewis Till. Okay, and he was age of 14. Hold on, it says okay, was an African American boy who was abducted, tortured, and lynched in Mississippi in 1955 at the age of 14. Okay, after being accused of offending a white woman. Oh, see, so he accused, and it came out that she lied. Okay, and she ain't felt no prosecution. You know, whose possessors slay them and find themselves not guilty. You see that? You know, that's what the scriptures be telling you, man. Okay. After being accused of offending a white woman, Carolyn Bryant, okay, in her family's grocery store, the brutality of his murder and the acquittal of his killers drew attention to a long history of violent persecution of African Americans in the United States. Okay, so these things happen. You know, these Edomite women, we get on Esau as the male Esau, but we don't get on the female Edomites, man. They was just as wicked, if not even more wicked. You know, the what is that, Margaret Sanger and stuff? Would you wife her up? Would you make her shave her head and her nails and make her a wife? So it's just things like that. I'm just saying, you know, and like I said, and I'm not getting on brothers that do it, but I'm just saying the grass is not always greener over there. You know, Jake be just going crazy, man, you know, but, you know, these things happen, man, okay? Let me see if they might have an image or something of his body. Hey, they look at this. Here it is right here, man. Don't get me wrong, man. Eve does wicked stuff, man, but look at this. This is his picture right here. This is him. And now look at this, man. You couldn't even recognize his face. And his face is all spread out where they probably done stumped him in and everything, man. They beat him on to where you couldn't even recognize him, man. And his mama decided to have an open casket, man. She wanted people to see what they did to her baby, man. All right. So I just wanted to bring those out, man.
This is a teachable moment right here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going home to have a full conversation with my son. And this is what we not gonna do. Marvel had this paperwork drafted 4 months ago. This man's life went from Marvel to Tubi faster than the speed of light, faster than a Mach 3, faster than Thanos, faster than a man ghosting you after a first date. It was just that fast. I ain't even see it. Matter of fact, the guilty and the fired came at the same time. You're good fired. Let me call Megan and see if she good.
You know, we get on talk about what Eve did, but we want to get on to this as well. Okay? All right. And you got this guy, Jonathan Majors, which, hold on one second. I'm gonna see if I want to get a picture of her, of the ex-girlfriend. All right. See, this is her. So he got an Edomite woman, which obviously, and plus, you know, they're pretty much clean leopards. But look, I mean, with the blonde hair, that's leprosy, you know. Even though you could be of the other nations and have blonde hair and which is leprosy, you know, but it's just like, you know, you just we see this and we think that having that is like a great achievement. Oh, I've made it. Because you see Jake, when Jake get with one of them Edomite women, and I'm talking about Jake that's not in his truth, they have the biggest grin on their face, like they've won the World Series, you know, the NBA championship, you know what I'm saying? They think they made it, you know, but, you know, people, they don't like to see this, man. But this is, that's her, man. Okay? And, let's see. And it says the actor who was on track to superstardom, yet because he was doing a lot of movies, he's a hell of an actor. And it says saw his career take a steep nosedive after his ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari accused him of domestic violence. You see, so this is the kind of stuff, man, that goes on. All right. Now I want to go back to this article here, okay? Because he brought out evidence and said that I think she was chasing him and everything, but despite all that, hey, they got him. They got him and fired him. And even if she could be lying, because you know the scriptures goes into the accuser of thy brethren, all right? Which is, we know the accuser of thy brethren is who? Esau, Edom, okay? Accusing us. But you have things like this, okay? And it says Jonathan Majors fired by Disney. So he ended up getting fired, okay? And I kind of seen this coming, because when you watch the, I ain't going to spoil it for anybody who ain't seen it, but the Loki series, you know, it was kind of the way it looked on, it was going with that. It looked like they was kind of doing away with his character. All right. They kind of probably changed it up because he's supposed to be the big bad villain for like the next several years, man, the next several movies, like in all the different movies that are going to be coming out with Marvel, he will be, because he got different variants, you know, so he would be all throughout all the different movies and different universes as different alter egos or something like that, you know, villains or whatever. But it says Jonathan Majors fired by Disney Marvel Studios after assault guilty verdict. So see, he was found guilty. Actor who played Kang the Conqueror. Okay. So it's heavy. It says Jonathan Majors is out of Marvel Studios' Kingdom. The news comes today in wake of the Emmy-nominated actor being found guilty of reckless assault and harassment and domestic violence trial by a 6-person NYC jury. And a lot of people are mad about it. I mean, you got people because they wanted to see him as Kang, and that threw a monkey wrench in their whole thing. It says, but you know, another thing is that one guy, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy, James Gunn, they said he made some kind of remarks on Twitter, and this was like 10 years ago or something. It was like a long time ago, way before he even Marvel, you know, he joined Marvel. But it surfaced, and they used that, and he ended up getting fired. But then he got it died down for a little bit, and then they ended up hiring him back, and he finished Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Okay, so you know they could bring him back or whatever. Which ultimately we just want this place to just fall. We're not, you know, trying to get into all that anyways. But this is the end result in that, man. Okay. And there was some other information I had pulled up, and I just kind of pulled this here. It says the actor was found guilty of reckless assault in the 3rd degree. It says a misdemeanor, okay? But so, wow, a misdemeanor, and they got him fired and everything. You know, some of them people done got all types of major crimes, and they still kept their jobs. But that just shows you. What I think, honestly, is this guy probably didn't get down with the get down. When you get so big up in there, you got to do wicked stuff. They probably wanted him to be in a dress, and he probably said no, because you can't find him in any movie with a dress on, you know. And when you don't do that, you see how they did Dave Chappelle, okay? And they did Cat Williams. They made him out crazy. This is what Esau does, man. He'll do this to Jake. All right, this is why we tell our people don't try to chase this so-called American dream, because it's really a nightmare, you know. And this devil, man, he fucks with Jake like that, you know. He messes with you. Okay, it says a misdemeanor and harassment in the 2nd degree, which is a violation. The assault charge carries a maximum sentence of up to 1 year in jail. So he was supposed to do 1 year, but it says, but several attorneys said they do not believe Majors will spend time behind bars. So he might get out of that, but you know, the damage was done. He ended up losing his job. You know, at Marvel deal was going to be huge with all those movies. Okay. So now we're going to get into this one right here, which is another one, Young Jeezy. Okay. And Young Jeezy was married to this Jeannie May, or Jeannie May, or however what her name is. I was about to say Janae, but I think it's Jeannie May. I forget what her nationality. I think she's Moab. She might be Moab or Ammon. I think she's Chinese though. You know, that's what she kind of looked. And so Jeezy, you know, he married a heathen woman. All right, but you know, they think about a month or so ago they ended up splitting. And I think you know, they were bringing out certain things. And I don't know. I don't get into the gossip stuff. I wasn't even really trying to tap into all that. But I stumbled across this here yesterday, and I'm like, oh man, this go good with the Jonathan Majors, and it's time to really do a lesson like this going into dealing with those heathen women, because a lot of times, you know, I could bring out so many other incidents. Tiger Woods, I believe Tim Duncan, you know, they both were dealing with heathen women, and those women, they'll come in and get everything you own. You'll make all that money, and they come in and take it all. You know, but I know they got things like prenups and stuff, but they can get you in other ways. You know, you got a kid with them, and they'll use other little things against you. Okay. So, but I think one of the things with her is he had an issue with the fact that her mother was living with them and stuff. And I think her brother, you know, a lot of times they're real family oriented. They all grown, but their families be living together and pile up in one house. And I think Jeezy wasn't feeling that. He just wanted to probably just be her, him, and their daughter. So when you marry them, you're also dealing with those cultures she has two different cultures. Just like King Solomon, he had those many wives, but all types of different religions, God, they worship different gods, cultures, and it's just it's a big mess. But see, and I'm gonna bring out some stuff later about as far as like us in the kingdom, and I think that'll be a perfect time to really, if you want to go for the heathen woman, you know, that'll be the time, you know. But I mean, if you have one now, like I said, I'm not telling you, oh, you're wrong or it's a sin, you're going off and all that. No, don't take what I'm saying, but I'm just saying, just consider the times, okay, and be mindful. And the grass is not always greener. So these things got to be showed too, okay? So like I said, I cover all aspects, all right? But it says, Jeannie Mae denies Jeezy claims she's gatekeeping daughter, demands rapper safely secure firearms at home, okay? And see now, you know, and she says she denies that she's gatekeeping. And you know, and I believe that that's probably a lie. You know, now she's probably bringing up, you know, because obviously it's probably no reconcile them coming back together. So now what she's going to use is that, oh, he has these guns and I fear for my daughter's safety and at home and this and that. So now it's a problem. It wasn't a problem when you was with him. You know what I'm saying? Now it's a problem, you know. So, you know, it said Janae Mae Jenkins denied estranged husband Jeezy's claim that she is keeping their 1-year-old daughter away from him. See, while voicing concerns for the child as the exes navigate a public divorce. All right, that's crazy, man. You see? All right. So the grass is not always greener. I saw something earlier where there was a video clip, and this Eve, you know, she was married to I think it's an Elamite, if I'm not mistaken. I saw a brother posted it. You know, I might put the video clip in here, but you know, she was dealing with a heathen man, and I think he ended up divorcing her because of I think she was having issues with his culture or something, or she couldn't adapt to his ways or his culture and stuff like that. You know, which Eve don't look at it like that. You know, Eve wants to make it, and she'll marry any other guy from these other nations, which that really is a no-no, because once because you know, at least with Jake, you know, if he lay with one of those women, you know, his children will be Israelites. However, you know, if Eve lays with them, you're producing for another nation, okay? And that's not good. That's not good at all. All right. But this is Isaiah 30:3. And this is for them, man, that because, you know, you trusting in Egypt, you know, you could also trust in oh, well, I'm going to get with their you know, as far as Jake, I'll get with their women and I'll be all right. Or Eve, I'm going to get with their men and I'll be all right. I can be stability, you know. This is Isaiah 30:3. It says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust and shadow of Egypt your confusion. Okay, so now you'll be looking, you know. And even with Jeezy with the prenups and stuff, like I said, she keep your daughter away and all kinds of other things. And who knows, you know. Now she start mentioning those guns and stuff. You know, our forefather King Solomon, man, he dealt with strange women. And I'm gonna bring this out. It says, this is 1 Kings 11 and verse 1. It says, but King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh. See, he had a daughter of Pharaoh, the women of the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Edomites, see, the Zidonians, the Hittites, all right, and it says in verse 2, of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye should not go into them, see, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. And see, this is the influence that these other nations can have, all right. It says Solomon claved unto these in love, you see, okay, got to be careful, man. All right, verse 3, it says, and he has 700 wives, see, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. So this is what they did to King Solomon, all right. And then verse 4, it says, for it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God, okay. So see, his heart was not perfect. Okay, they'll turn you away. Like today, they can have you celebrating Christmas, dressing the kids up for Halloween, doing Easter and all kinds of stuff. You know, ain't no telling what's going on. They push their gods on them. Okay, but it says his heart was not perfect with the Lord, with Yahweh his God. All right, and was. As was the heart of his father David, or you know, of David his father. Okay, King David, and I believe King David might have had some concubines, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, but you know, he didn't. He dealt with them, you know, according to the scriptures, and did it right. All right, but You know, I just wanted to bring this point out because they could play an influence. You might say they might not get to you, but they can, man. So you got to be very, very careful and very mindful. All right. Let's see. All right. Give it a chance to load. All right. This is the book of Tobit, chapter 4 and verse 12. And it says, beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers, and take not a strange woman to wife, which is not of thy father's tribe. For we are the children of the prophets. See, it says Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred. So this is what they did. You know, they was keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, and they were dealing with the women of our nation, okay, of their own kindred, and were blessed in their children, and their seed shall inherit the land. Because see, your children are going to inherit the land. And yes, we know that you deal with the heathen women, your children, you know, will still be Israelites and everything. But it's heavy because, you know, even back then, it shows you that like it was talking about like some of the seed. I didn't bring that precept out, but it was like, you know, they spoke like half of the Jews' language, and then like of like, you know, their heathen moms' languages. And I'm just roughly paraphrasing it, you know, but you know, it's just showing you that they learn the ways of the mother, because most of the time they're gonna, when the father is out, whether he's at war and stuff, who are they gonna be with? They're with the mother, okay? So they're learning the mother's ways as well, in her language, and she's gonna adapt a lot of her culture into them, you know, while you're out and about, you know, at war and whatever else you might be doing, you know. But you know, so those are just things to think about, okay? All right, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 26, verse 19. It says, my son, keep the flower of thy age sound, and give not thy strength to strangers. So you see, okay? And then verse 20, it says, when thou hast gotten a fruitful possession through all the field, sow it with thy own seed, trusting in the goodness of thy stock. Okay, so that's basically telling you, you know, trust in the women of your nation. Okay, we always talking about Eve is evil, or all Eves are wicked, and not all Eves are wicked. Because if that's the case, you know, what's Isaiah 4:1? You know, those ain't gonna be heathen women. I think 7 heathen women cleaving to you. You know, those are going to be Israelite women that are coming to you, man. All right. And we know that a lot of Israelite women, you know, they're going to get right at that maybe at that period, you know, when Jacob's trouble hit that climax and stuff. That might be the time for them, because their salvation is really going to be through the man, you know, because a man's going to be made more precious than fine gold. So you just want to be mindful of that, man, you know. And just consider the times, because one of the things is, as things clamp down and Esau's coming down with that great wrath, he's gonna start hunting the Israelites down, man. He's gonna start hunting us down. It tells you the devil's gonna throw some of us in prison. So if these heathen women that you're with, let's just say that, okay, whether they're listening to your lessons or not, I'm sure they probably eavesdrop or hear some of your lessons or tap into it. They're gonna have some type of understanding that they're not gonna make it. So if it comes down to it, you know, and they feel like, okay, I'm with this man, but I'm gonna get destroyed, they might turn you in. When Esau's looking for Israelites, and he might have your face plastered all on walls and saying like, we'll give you X amount of money or food, water, and because it's gonna be famines and things. So he's gonna provide that in exchange for your head, for them to give you up. The scriptures tell you that your own people gonna give you up, and that don't just mean your kinfolk. It could be who you're married to. Even if it's a heathen woman, she might give you up, you know, just so she can eat, you know. So it might be one of those things. And that's why I say just be mindful, just think, okay? You know, if you have one, it's okay. That's not gonna, I'm sure it's not gonna get you destroyed or nothing like that. I'm not saying that, but just be mindful, you know, of the times that you're in, okay? Because some Jakes get mad, and like I said, that one Jake that came up against me, he tried to, you know, use the fact that I wasn't going out the highways at that time. You know, he didn't. One of the things about that Jake was he knew that I wasn't going out there, and that's why I felt like it was more to it. And I think what happened was when he brought out that because when he showed me that picture of his woman, you know, he hurried up and said, she's Trabagad, and I was like, I'm thinking like, okay, I didn't even ask. You know what I'm saying? So I know that we come in all shades and everything. That's why I was talking about my little brother. Okay, I said he looked like an Edomite, but something about it, the way he said it and all that, it just made me think that she might not be an Israelite at all. She's a heathen. Well, a few months later, I posted, the scripture of Deuteronomy about not giving your sons and your daughters unto them other nations. Guess who was the one, the first comment in disagreement? Him, that same brother. And he tried to bring that out, and I brought out the other scriptures like, okay, well, these scriptures said that, not to deal with them, and so you could tell he was probably a little triggered. And I noticed that he stopped liking my posts and everything after that. He wasn't really liking my posts anyways. And when he seen that, because that's why I said, you always watch those guys who follow your page, the Israelites, but they won't like any of your posts, but they always are quick to hop on something they disagree with. So, and he waited, and he looked for something, and then he found it, and it was just me not going on the highways, which he didn't even ask, did I know about going on the highways or not? Everyone didn't wake up to the truth the way the next individual did. I didn't know. I thought you actually had to get approval, before you go out. You're not going to just wake up, I'm an Israelite, and then the very next day you got a garment and you're out there teaching. It don't work like that. You got to learn this stuff. It's like because you're a baby. A baby got to learn how to crawl before you learn how to walk. You know what I'm saying? When the baby come out, they're gonna be goo goo gaga before they start actually saying words. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to be prepared for that. That's why it tells you to study, show yourself approved. You got to watch videos, you got to learn and everything. That's why one thing I like about Watchmen for Israel, and I'm not part of their camp or anything, but I just like the fact that whenever they do their intro before they do their videos, they're like, shalom to the brothers that they might not be on the highways and hedges as of yet, but they're getting built up in the spirit. Getting built up in the spirit as in you learning and getting prepared. Because you can't just jump out there. You can be doing a video because you worried about your elder that's jumping on you, saying you got to do 50 million videos a day, and then you go out there and get confounded, and that's not a good look, man. Okay, so you want to be prepared, and plus everybody's lot is different too. But I'm grateful to be out there. I believe it is my calling to be out there, and do these lessons, because like I said, I see the bigger picture. Jake's so simple. They be quick to just say, we can deal with the heathen women. We can deal with them. And ignore every other scripture. They just pull out that, and that's it. That justifies everything. And I'm telling you, I believe through the Spirit, a lot of these guys, and I'm not saying that it's everyone, but a lot of them guys that were being that was jumping on brothers because they even brought out the Deuteronomy about giving your sons and daughters to them, and they got mad and tried to call them bug outs just for bringing that out. I believe that those that are with heathen women, those women are going to turn them. They're going to be the ones that turn them in. They'll be hiding from Esau, and they're going to get turned in for food and water and money and whatever, And that might be because when it says the devil will cast some of you into prisons, that might be their judgment. All right. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 18, verse 27. It says, a wise man will fear in everything, and in the day of sinning, he will beware of offense. But a fool will not observe time. Okay. So a fool will not observe the times. The scripture also says measure the time diligently. Okay. Look into the different times and stuff that you're in. All right. So, just because you can have all the wisdom in this truth and bring out precepts and still be a fool, you can lack some of the most basic things. I've had visions and dreams of, Yahweh Shem Shah put the spirit on me to see these things, man. And there were like certain brothers, man, and all these brothers were delivered, but there were brothers that was really putting hell on other brothers and constantly their whole ministry was nothing based on rebuke. They got delivered, but they were the ones that thought they were going to get special powers. They kept showing, they would always post like, I'm going to be Goku, showing Goku and all this kind of stuff, and I'm going to do this and shoot fireballs out of my hands. And those guys, they got delivered, but they were a low rank. And the guys that they was calling bug outs and treating bad, them guys were the ones that were being exalted before the Yasharallah. You know, they were Yahweh Shai gave them, they the ones that had the power, and they were the of the 144,000. But those other guys were just like regular, you know, they were 1/3, they got delivered, but you know, they didn't have it. So that was like a thing for them, and they were looking like, you know, feeling some kind of way like, dang, I did 50 million videos, and you know, just like I tell you in Revelations about the penny and stuff, like, you know, like he just now coming in and he got a penny just like me and all that. You know, I've been teaching for 20 years and all this, you know, thinking like that, which that's not the mindset you should have. This thing is all about being humble and meek and stuff, you know. And the thing about this beautiful thing is that, you know, just because you've been in it for so long, sometimes you could be in it, you know, and still be missing the big picture, man. You know, you could be in it for that long, and you could be on fire and all that, but you're treating your brothers wrong, you know, and that's not a good look, you know, because that's one of the major things, you know. Yahweh Shai, before he left, he said, let brotherly love continue, okay? And some brothers don't know how to be that, you know. You might be cool with certain ones in your clique, but you're treating some of the other ones that believe on Yahweh Shai, you know, like they don't mean nothing, or they ain't nobody, they ain't nothing, you know, and giving them a hard time, okay? You know, like I said, one example, a guy came up against me. He was very disrespectful and coming up against me. As a matter of fact, he shouldn't even jumped in the matter of what was going on. It had nothing to do with him. You know, it tells you meddle not in many matters. But he fell out the truth. You know, they said that the guy is, somebody said that they seen him, because there's people that live out there where he's at. You know, I got family out that way. And it was a blessing, because my family, not all of them are in this truth. You know, and a lot of them care about me. So they're the type, they'll go do something to this guy. And that's why I was like, I'm hoping nobody, you know, they did nothing. But they said he just fell out, man. And he was on the beach selling bracelets and stuff. You know, he makes little bracelets and stuff, and he's doing that. You know, which that's madness, man. You know, I think he was doing a lot of that just to seek the, you know, praise and pats on the back from the elders, man. And that's off. When you do things like that, you know, it shows your true intent, you know, and when it stops, then you fall out. You don't know what to do. And plus, you got to be versatile in this thing when you're bringing out lessons and stuff. It's not all about just doom and gloom. And even though majority, we bring in a lot of that, the prophecy and stuff, but we also we talk about the blessings. When Moses went into the stuff, what was going to happen, he told them the blessings if you keep the commandments, but he also told them the ugly side of it as well. You know, you can't do an unjust balance. You got to tell the good and the bad. Talk about, you know, what will happen if you keep the law, statutes, and commandments, what the kingdom's going to be like, righteousness. You know, it's not all about, you know, talking about the nigger woman and talking, you know, I hate you bitches and all this stuff. You know, that some guys, that's all that they watch. And I can't, and then say, Lord willing, you be edifying. I'm like, bro, I can't be edified with you, because I'm not learning anything from you. You know, everything you post is like, you know, Eve getting her head chopped off, and then your channel gets striked, and then you sitting there talking about, Esau watching me. No, man, come on, man. Come on, Jay. You should know better than that, man. I would have never posted nothing like that. You know, you got to be mindful, and you got to, you know, Jake, man, just be simple, man. All right. I don't want to ramble on this, man, but Lord willing, you were edifying to this. And like I said, I wasn't trying to offend nobody, but just measure the times and be careful. You're not going off by having a woman of the other nations, but just be mindful and be careful. You know what I'm saying? Because it also tells you might have to put off that wife and stuff like that. Put off, you know, you have to move as if you don't have a wife and children in the last days, because they might use that against you, you know, get you to crack and take the MOTB. Okay? So Lord willing, you found this lesson here edifying. I want to give all honor, all glory, and all praise unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders of the nation of Israel. And shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Until the next one. Shalom.